Okay, so back in 2024 when I was starting my fitness journey, I absolutely knew nothing about fitness at all. I was absolutely just an absolute spurg. I was an incel. I was a LARPer when it came to fitness. I generally didn't know anything when it comes to fitness. I didn't know what muscles needed to be built to be attractive to women. I didn't know any of what exercises that would build that muscle that would be making me more attractive to women, basically make me be able to lose weight due to the fact that if you guys are looking at my previous thumbnails and such, I post many different content on here, specifically my past like weight fluctuations of me being 300 pounds in the past. And so I was absolutely miserable. I didn't know anything about fitness, especially during 2023 when I was just starting out my journey without getting the knowledge and stuff like that. Only thing I knew was just treadmill, just go to the gym. So I mindlessly went to the gym, going to the gym, lifting weights and such, and I wasn't understanding why I wasn't making any gains at all. I thought, okay, maybe perhaps my calorie deficit was not good enough. And by not good enough, already beforehand, I was eating a caloric deficit of 900 calories every single day. So at that point, I might as well just basically die at this point if I'm going any lower than 900 calories every single day. And for one, the reason why, especially I was going to those low calorie deficits, due to the fact that I got confused, due to the fact that I didn't do my research specifically on how calories work, thinking that, okay, if I'm doing my BMR and stuff like that, I'd be like, oh, what if my BMR is specifically just, I need to eat less than the absolute 0 point of my BMR to lose the weight. Not counting that totally daily expenditure, and obviously the thermogenesis effect of foods existed, but it really did, it worked for me to be able to lose weight. But most of that was muscle. And so I came onto the scene later after losing weight and stuff like that, after doing countless amount of cardio, boxing training, lifting incredibly hard, having this insane caloric deficit that I was specifically having for many different years, and I was not understanding, okay, why am I not building muscle? I lost weight, but I still look kind of bad, specifically in the ways where specifically I'm not good looking for other people's eyes and views. The fact that I had loose skin and I had absolutely no muscle due to the fact that I shredded all due to the fact that I was eating 900 calories of really just one salad every single day. But I was burning that completely off throughout my entire day, lifting and doing HIIT cardio boxing every single day, no breaks. And so I stumbled across many different articles, many different videos, and trying to see like, okay, what works for me, which video was going to work for me, which book was going to work for me specifically for my fitness routine. And then I came across 3 books that have currently helped me right now in my fitness journey overall. Well, you can use probably AI right now, but AI is not going to help you as much, obviously, if you don't know the knowledge to even know what to put into AI. So I recommend reading these books that I read that helped me be able to build more muscle due to the fact that I was hungry for building more muscle and look more good for the female gaze, for just my gaze to feel healthy and athletic. Starting off with Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Mike Matthews. Now, Bigger, Leaner, Stronger is a very interesting book because Bigger, Leaner, Stronger doesn't promise belly blast fat shredding techniques in 30 days of time. Bigger, Leaner, Stronger doesn't promise just techniques where eating cinnamon and drinking detox teas is going to make you have a flat belly, and the next day, 7 days or so, you're just having 6-pack abs. Now you see, Bigger, Leaner, Stronger is a book that was created by a certified fitness nutritionist, a certified sports nutritionist person, obviously, by Mike Matthews himself. Like I just said, Mike Matthews created this book specifically due to the fact that people needed this book, due to the fact that a lot of LARP was posted online about many different fitness things. Like I said, that 30-day belly blast shred, all that type of stuff. And Mike Matthews specifically, he took the knowledge from those books and he went to the gym just for basically my same situation where I was taking all this knowledge from this stuff. I was watching all these weird little YouTube videos of these tough little carnivore, low carb diets and all this type of stuff. And I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I was never shredded. I'm never making that to that goal to look like a good, big, lean bodybuilder. And so Bigger, Leaner, Stronger teaches a lot of points that a lot of fitness books don't get into, which is not teaching a lot of the LARP, a lot of the lies, a lot of the fake stuff that's online regarding fitness and health. Bigger, Leaner, Stronger was the first book that I read, and it's probably the best book to start getting into when you're being a beginner when it comes to wanting to lose weight, wanting to be fit and lean, due to the fact that Bigger, Leaner, Stronger teaches you stuff on how to actually lose the weight and the mindset that's going to make you lose the weight and maintain weight loss, while also getting more into broader fitness, understanding calorie deficits, calorie maintenance, VO2 maxes, surpluses, drop sets, just basically any type of fitness term that you probably wouldn't understand due to the fact that none of these books, these belly blast shredding books, are ever going to teach you. So I was thinking to myself, hey, I'm reading this book. This book is actually way more better than the knowledge that I was getting, due to the fact that it doesn't teach the same type of capitalistic ways that this community just tries to get into and lure you to, so you can buy their programs and their products. It actually teaches you the stuff that you generally need to know than just drinking those detox teas. What is to be expected out of Bigger, Leaner, Stronger? You will understand the different type of training that is needed to to build the lean and fit physique that you will need, the lean and fit physique that you eventually want, due to the fact that you probably are also watching this video to understand what knowledge you need to build the lean physique that works, the training regimen, the fitness regimen, the nutrition regimen that just works in general. Teach that training regimen such as a push-pull leg split, a back and bicep split, a legs and shoulder split, all that type of stuff, a chest and tricep split. Bigger, Leaner, Stronger is going to teach you all those type of splits when it comes to understanding, okay, this is the exercises and this is the split that I need to focus on so I can be able to build muscle, whilst at the same time it teaches you how to understand how the body works when it comes to building muscle in general through nutrition, not just having a diet. And by what I mean by that, thinking that the number one diet works. You can probably picture what the quote-unquote number one diet is, whether that be keto, paleo, carnivore, Lion's diet, all these insane diets that will make you burn out. Sure, and yes, sure, you will lose weight, but in the long term, you will never be able to get to those goals that maintain that weight loss, to the fact that most of that weight. And here's the one thing as well. Most of you guys think that losing weight, you go to the bathroom and all that type of stuff, you gain like 1 pound. You think that's fat. No, it could be just water. Or you go to the bathroom and you're losing weight. You lost like 10 pounds a week. Most of the time, that's actually more of water weight and you losing a ton of muscle, especially when you're losing a lot of weight fast. Okay? And that was messing me up with my overall deficit and just maintaining that deficit in the long term, due to the fact that I didn't understand that obviously weight fluctuations exist, and I was probably losing some water weight. I was probably most likely losing some muscle, lost a little bit of fat, and as well, just in general, didn't understand anything about fitness. I understand anything about building muscle, even maintenance or surpluses. I was scared to eat food. I was scared to eat vegetables at all, due to the fact that I was in this keto, low carb, only drink 1 coffee, 16 coffees every single day mindset, being in this ketosis state, thinking that, okay, if I eat sugar is going to make me fat. So I was avoiding the vegetables and such. And Bigger, Leaner, Strong would teach you all of that plus more, especially with other books like Muscle for Life as well, which is a more newer version of Bigger, Leaner, Stronger, mainly promoted, as I'm seeing right now, for 40-plus-year-olds, but it's generally good overall due to the fact that it expands more into like the Bigger, Leaner, Stronger like book universe, you could say. Basically, it gets more into the Bigger, Leaner, Stronger, understanding more about nutrition, health, fitness, and I personally would say read Bigger, Leaner, Stronger and Muscle for Life together. Now, the next fitness book that has helped me was a book known as The Prime Blueprint. If I remember, it's created by a guy named Mike Sisson. Mike Sisson is a guy who promotes paleo diet, and I'm not saying like the paleo diet is like the number one best diet that he ever created longer term. That's what I'm not saying, but Mike Sisson created this book, and it teaches a lot of stuff like calories, but obviously it teaches stuff like carnivore stuff and paleo stuff and low carb and stuff. It's not necessarily about the diet, like the principles I say specifically about the carbohydrate curve. Apparently eating 150 grams and more of carbohydrates will make you fat, which is not true. You can eat as much carbohydrates as you want to be able to lose fat and build muscle. Especially, that's probably more better due to the fact that you would be getting more energy for your workout routines. And carbohydrates like fiber have 0 calories in them, so you won't be gaining any fat or any weight in the long term. And fiber itself, soluble and insoluble. Probably, if I remember, soluble fiber is going to fill you up and also feed your gut microbiome. But it taught me things like full body workouts. It taught me things about eating more tuned and eating more healthy, and at least getting proper nutrition every single day, rather than eating a Sam's like just donut, French fries, and pizza diet every single day, and thinking to myself, okay, why am I bloated and why is my physique looking worse due to the fact that I'm bloated? Or why am I sitting in the toilet having a big diarrhea, literally just big diarrhea, and my organs are literally calling out for help? Seriously, organs will probably be calling out for help if I'm eating just a Sam diet. Probably Sam probably explains this problem a lot in his videos every single day, how he probably has like gastrointestinal issues. But like I said, this book overall helped me understand full body, understand, okay, I need to eat healthy foods, I need to eat XYZ foods, I need to have XYZ training regimen if I do want to cut down, like, because it also teaches you a lot of stuff about minimization training, which is the best way of training if you are a busy person, if you are a person who has work, if you have school, if you have life obligations and such. It teaches you a lot of stuff, just like minimization training through full body 3 days a week, doing HIIT cardio not as often, which is it also teaches you that as well, not doing hit cardio and sprinting every single day, so you won't burn out your CNS or your central nervous system, which is a lot of you guys specifically doing. Where I was doing specifically with the boxing training, I was training super hard. Somehow I didn't burn myself out, probably because I was like super motivated to lose weight or something. But in general, for an average person, it's not recommended to do hit cardio every single day. At least doing it 2 times a week, with 1 time a week is better. And then spreading it out as well. The book also teaches about 60-minute walking intervals every single day to be able to burn fat, which has been proven completely right, that doing walking, getting outside, getting especially outside this inside the sun, not in like the gym environment where you're doing like these weird little old head Planet Fitness mom routines and such, going to the Planet Fitness just to go to the treadmill for like 30 minutes and leave. No, I'm talking about specifically just going outside and getting enough vitamin D, just walking out and letting the sun hit your skin, and you get literally also as well. Like I said, it's not specific to the principle of this book. I don't want to keep on like glazing this book, but literally as well, boosting up your vitamin D levels, and vitamin D increases testosterone, increases your happiness hormone, and overall it teaches you just how to be human and to enjoy your fitness routine instead of being like David Goggins and just breaking down your CNS and just your muscle and your mindset and your consistency, and then boom, you start from zero due to the fact that, well, you never liked your routine in the first place. Now, this one isn't specifically a book, but it's in general the certain type of fitness YouTubers that I was specifically watching that helped me in the long term and was keeping my sanity, that keep on pushing on to lose fat and to build muscle and to maintain like my fat loss and to maintain like my weight regarding like good and healthy muscle. The various fitness YouTubers I was watching, and that was probably getting dope with me and stuff like that. I was being like a gym nerd, I was being a gym cell and stuff like that. Getting into like guys like Ziz and stuff like that, and all these like fitness enthusiast YouTube channels and the discipline, motivation, I hate girls, self-improvement type of stuff. But I'm gonna be honest, it's call it a phase, and yes, I would say it is a phase when you're starting out, especially when you're starting out in the gym. You start getting to like Ziz, like some weird clavicular YouTubers, all that type of stuff. But don't get me wrong, those guys specifically did help me because it gave me a sense of community. It gave me a sense of kind of brotherhood. It gave me a sense of discipline that I needed to get and go, and I needed to work out and do push-ups or whatever. I needed to go to the gym right now. Especially listening to the type of gym music that these guys were specifically listening to, and they say, okay, this is what worked for them. That type of music, that type of just hard style, this type of music, that type of stuff will absolutely pump you out into the gym, get you motivated, get you going to the gym. And yes, it is cringe, so I don't recommend doing this stuff, but it did help me keep my sanity because of the fact that I was seeing myself as like this little boy, basically years ago. This little boy starting out this routine, thinking, okay, this is what worked. Okay, this is what I need to do. Okay, I need to be more disciplined. Okay, I need to build more muscle. Okay, this is what girls like. How I started having the mindset from the guys. And this is also as well a true thing, which is, I forgot what the term was specifically called, but basically when you watch another person, whether that be even online, they can influence you and you start becoming more like that person. There's a reason why you probably see a lot of people inside your school, inside work, whatever, they're watching a specific person and they may act one certain way, but then another person may act another certain way, which is the thing. So watching all those cringe self-improvement YouTubers, those fitness YouTubers, yeah, that helped and stuff like that. But would I recommend it now? No, obviously no, but it did help indeed. Like I said, keep that sanity, keep on going, to keep on pushing on, especially when it was tough times and some weird stuff I was doing. I was absolutely just like, I wasn't even like doing some productive stuff. I was like, oh, bro, let me watch David Goggins. David Goggins is so much productive to watch. David Goggins, Andrew Huberman built the mental resilience full 3-hour video on Andrew Huberman channel. Wow. I'm thinking that this type of content helps, but in reality, it's just, like I said, a LARP online. It's just completely just lies. Which, to end this off, specifically, what matters is having the fitness knowledge, but you don't want to be a gym nerd and just start nerd maxing, just keep on constantly going to the gym, trying to not just constantly going to the gym. If you have free time to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you have enough free time, I would recommend going to the gym more, or do cardio, or having a social life. But it's really about not spending enough time nerd maxing, not spending enough time reading all these fitness books online, not maxing out all this type of content, just nerd maxing, fitness maxing, science and optimization maxing, when instead you should be maxing out on pleasure maxing. You should be maxing up on fun maxing. And I'm not specifically saying just to pull your pants down and jerk off right now. That's not what I'm specifically saying by pleasure maxing. No, let's say more like serotonin happiness. You love doing your specific routine and it gives you innate happiness in the long term because of how much you love doing it. That right there is the most optimized thing that you can do, is specifically doing something that you really enjoy. Just not doing something that, Greg Luchetti or some random fitness influencer clavicular way say online for you to do. Listen to what is inside your heart. Don't listen to what is outside by all these influencers, all this type of stuff online. Don't listen to them. Listen to what works for you and what is inside your heart. Because if you try and be like David Goggins, first of all, nobody can be like David Goggins. He was a person who, if I remember, I forgot, Marines, Navy SEAL, it doesn't matter. He was a person who specifically did a lot of stuff. He runs 100 miles at least once every year. He beat the pull-up record doing 1,400 pull-ups or so in a day. He did a lot of type of stuff, and you guys are trying to be like, I'm disciplined, I'm David Goggins, when in reality you specifically don't know what he had to specifically go through, whether that be his home life or the past. You don't know anything about these guys. You cannot emulate being like them, but you can't emulate and start building your own blueprint so people can start admiring you just like you start admiring them. And so as always, stay safe, God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.